Voice chat knows. What stock is that again? Welcome to Read the Room with Unc. What's up, everybody? This is Unc with this week's Read the Room. I'm coming off the first week of the new year. Hope y'all had a good start to the year. Um, yeah, wasn't bad over here at all. Looking to continue that this week. Do want to point out real quick. Um, I've got the two list here from last week, and I changed the scan here, which I also posted in the group, just to the 4 days of last week, and um, man, pretty much perfect there. Didn't really lose on a trade. Excuse me, on a call on read the room and the focus notes. Pretty much similar situation. The two that were down at the bottom. ACI has been at that $20 level. If you read the notes, both on ACI and REI, um, they kind of follow the notes. So if you're watching read the room and you're reading notes, and you're following the professor's flow, you should be doing all right. Even the sorry, even the complete read the room list, um, or excuse me, hot list, did really well this week. I mean, we're the majority of it was good. This is a bio play. I don't know what happened there, or where the flow is out on that. Didn't really follow it. STNG we've been on forever. A little pullback, but yeah, most of the bottom ain't even too horrible, and this beginning was just great. So good start to the year. Patience definitely paying. Setups that we're in are usually successful if you give them time and let them come to you. So without that, let's get started with this week's Weed the Room. A little bit, you can see this list is totally just by feel. So last week it was a little thinner. This week it's a little longer. So um, yeah, just depends on what we find each week. So let's hop to it, Skippy. ACI, it's on the hot list. I'm just here, weekly doji psych. The reason I put it on here is because they do have. But wait for it. They got this little earnings on the 10th here Tuesday, so maybe some news there around the merger. The other chart, oh come on, John, which is Kroger KR, pulled out of my butt. Um, kind of trending too down here now, so just interested in staying on these. Oh, that's KRE. Jesus, that's not right. I was say because it's throttling on. Yeah, there you go. It's trending off the level down here. Just holding this level, kind of going into the same mode um, as ACI. What the hell is happening? Yeah, kind of going into the same mode as ACI. So just interested to see if there's news around there. If we're going to get some, it should be around this ER. So enough of that. I'm staying on that one though, so I kind of want to keep you guys updated why and what I'm thinking. It's all about the merger though. Alto, 347. Need fours from the professor. RTL chart. Played this before. It's a chemical chart. I like this new scan because it tells me what I've kind of already missed. Um, it's just throttling here on the bottom. Volume profile is 290. We're 295. Got my line back up here. If he has fours, this is A plus. Nothing crazy here. Com 715 940. I believe that should be 930. Watch. I bet I typed that wrong. Yeah, it's 930. Well, yeah, my bad. Y'all see it though. I'll correct it in voice, or excuse me, in chat and notes. 715 is kind of the bottom here. Got confirmation. I also like the RTL script fired away here at 717. Um, and then we confirmed it for 2 or 3 days. So it's like this, especially if we get the read back to the nines in the flow. A little scratchy voice. I'm going to grab my water. Dino, 5304 breakout. So 53 bucks on the breakout here. Yeah, so we did it last week. Professor kind of called the oil. Coming back, this chart was more beat down. I kind of had a big knife through the zone when it did come down, but this bottom here at 48.50, you can just see it holding. Nice bottom right here on the weekly. So that was playable, I believe, last week or the week before we talked about it. But now with oil prices looking like they're going to trend up. This 53 confirming lots of beef back into the zone. Um, yeah, see what that says. He's the oil master though. Funko $10 trend, maybe a little late here. Last week didn't help. It's just one where we think, man, am I going to get a pullback? Am I going to get a pullback? But this trend just hasn't stopped. We talked about the gap to 15-ish, easy, maybe even 17.5. Yeah, this gap, maybe even to 17.5, but 15 easy we talked about. And we're just getting to the point to where if you don't act soon, probably not going to have the percentage. So I'm back interested really to what it's looking like from the flow side. Fiverr, this one's going to get off the list if we don't do it eventually, because I've called it 3 or 4 times off of these levels, 29.55, 39.92, so 30 to 40 basically. But you got to pick your own levels. But if the flow reads aren't coming back in, this was the flow read stock in the first place, so there's no reason to follow it if we're not getting the same flow. But kind of lived in this channel all year. That's a really good move. I mean, 30% if you do get it. So, bam. GRPE 31.30, 28.50 high or low. Oh, I might have misspoke earlier on Dino. That's probably 48.50 right here. Yeah, 48.50 on Dino because GRPE is 28.50. So you can see I like similar setups. That's hilarious. I like similar setups here. I just want to see, make sure we have flows maybe at a 35s. This thing had a lot of range before, back into the 40s, high 30s, 40s. Clean energy too, I believe. Grow G 3.95, 550 bottom. Be honest, I was kind of fishing with these guys because I called the weeds last week. Professor said, nah, not yet. And I called this one this week again because this is the one I know he likes because he got flow on it before me and I found this from him. But man, yeah, it's 395. We're just throttling here the last 2 weeks. There is range down, but again, I think the sector's going to run, and you can obviously see there's some level of support right around here. So yeah, we'll probably be talking about that tomorrow, even if he doesn't watch the video. Calling you out, P. G-Stat, sorry. G-Stat, 134, 177, reclaim that channel. Yeah, I don't really like the look of this chart, but I do like this reclaim this channel's going. I do like how we're still kind of above the trend on the 50, 200 on the day and the weekly. So I like all of that. Volume is coming back into it. I like that. Looks like we're changing trend. I like that. So let's see if we got some flow, even to the $2, so we can get a little cheapy here. Heminex, 656, $9.07. It's on the floor. Semiconductors seem like they're getting hot. Here's the channel. Although this might be a short play if flow says so, because there is a level down here to what? Let's call it 475. That we were just at. But looking to see maybe test more of this channel back to maybe 8 would be what I was looking for. Semiconductors definitely in the news on about what is going to be needed again. Such an off again, on again, hot and cold sector. HL, trend and flow. I've called this thing 14 times. It's going to go with Bean soon. Yeah, I just want to see what it's got on the top end. If 7s are popping up, 8s are popping up on his end. This thing just hasn't stopped. Don't search the group. Mo, 45.10 top. Wow, RSI so bad on that. Yeah, nice big bounce here. Just want to see what it's got because it took a while to. I mean, it took a month even to bite back from 47, 48. So if that's the top, maybe playable in the option sides. But if this says 50, probably a better play, in that opinion. Can't go wrong with these guys. As I think consumer defensive is what Professor calls them. I'm horrible with that stuff. I just like the chart. All right, NVAX, 10.18 bottom. This is some dirty TA. I apologize on this one, people. God, were we right when that broke this level? It was going to fail. But yeah, $10 psych holding, $10 is flipped. This means a lot of accumulation down here, probably from one of these candles in here. But 18 is kind of like the fair market range back up. So figuring out something in the middle seems like what it's going to do. Bam. PBI, I called this one middle of the week. Actually, I think I called it last week, and then I called it again in the middle of the week because the trend is like HL. It's just not stopping. So I pound the table via this platform because I think it's better than just posting random tickers without theses and flows and levels. So uh, 393 flow read. I need a flow read in here on this guy because we came off this 393 way too smooth. I caught it Monday, Tuesday, but it hasn't stopped, and we didn't get a read on it yet. But I'm just interested where it goes because it has so much more range. Um, yeah, 6 or 8 is fine. I mean, even if you just look at the volume profile, if you don't even look at candles, which I stress to people, but this 480 confirms, and we're 5, which that's your 10% entry from here. So this is why I'd love to get in. 6 is next, and then 720 is next, and then maybe even 8 or 9 volume profile. These are nice shelves. That's not a minimum volume. Here, let's do something together. Let's go look at the money. Yeah, 20 sales per share, 21 bucks a share. They don't have the best book value. Um, but yeah, I like them. They're obviously a dividend company. Yeah, not a huge dividend, but they're a dividend company. Yeah, the professor found them and we played them once, and I'm just trying to get back into stuff that seems like no brainers. I hate to say it because they're not relevant, but it kind of reminds me of Crocs. PL 456 RTL. It's this chart I can't put a second line on because where do you want to put it? There, great, extra greedy, kind of greedy. I don't know. Volume profile 525. Tight zone. I mean, it's your call. So I'll just give you the one damn line. 420, 456. When that confirms, usually pretty good. Bounce off of that. Space sector, kind of why I'm even having it, or I probably would have left it off as a B plus setup. Play 38, 56, 44. Channel. This is a channel reclaim actually. Yeah, I have 3 lines on this chart. We have our 29.99 special, which I don't. We got when we first started playing this. Then this 44 that kind of been the top, realistic top when we did get the 50 bump. But what I don't like, even though I just talked crap about these last weeks, if you do just a quick eye trend line there, this would be a high or a low. It shouldn't break this. If it does, it kind of changes that trend. The bottom has been consistent flat trend. So changing this trend, this would be the time where you would really want to get into it because it is when it's going to continue out of here because now we exhausted everything in this level is what it would look like. So I'm interested in play again. Ultimate goal 50. What's after play? Rig 420, $5 trend. Can't catch them all. Mention them in chat when I see them, when I think they're in good spots, pull them back. But this looks like it still has a little gas left. It's in the oil sector. All-time high breakout, even possible here at 6. And if this thing does do that, it should get going. Let's go look at the book action. I mean, $17 book value. 4 per share on the sales. I mean, yeah, I like it. Only thing you want to do on the opposite of that book value, real quick, is go check burning cash because that's kind of important how much cash you're burning. And then you kind of just do the math on that. All right, 14. Excuse me, Rocket Lab. Did we just do Rocket Lab? No, we just did Rocket Lab. Another space play. 410, 477. This one I like a little better, especially as the channel play. Zoom into your title link. If you can get paid off just the channel, I like this setup a lot because it usually completes the channel when it goes into the channel. So I like it, especially with space being it. Again, it's just a sector play currently. Sounding like those are going to move. Run was a focus a while ago. 22, 57, 33. Excuse me, 30, 30. Bottom of the chart here. yeah, we set this box up a while ago. Solar's just getting murdered, so this might have another leg down. But I do want to keep an eye on the ones that um, have a very good range and a consistent movement for when it does turn back around. Last on my list here is Val 1719 top. I think I mentioned this one in chat too on the breakout. More of an options play, unless we get the flow read to 22, 23. I'll play that. Oil, I believe this is Brazil oil. Great find by the professor. Very, very nice fluid chart. Moves pretty consistent, and I think it has cheap options too, so that's why we stay on it. All right, and that's about it. Well, we'll go look real quick. The hot list keepers down here: AA, Klein, Frey, Genie. I do like that, and Penn, the gamble stocks. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow. NOV, which is another shipper, Sand, UUU, and a work day. I think maybe it's short. I need to talk to the professor about that. Just because worked out. So these are the ones I'm keeping off those to talk about tomorrow. Be familiar with those. And I do want to go over real quick the two EDU. I don't have a new EDU from this week, but I do want to look at the two EDUs from last week. So this Apple 129 kind of compared it to Tesla that was breaking down, but still respecting this level. We literally closed and opened within like pennies of the line. So yeah, it's kind of what it's about. We had a big drop pre-market that pushed us back down, and then right back to this level. You get this is when I start wanting to look at things like these candles where it's like a higher low, lower low here. Oops, sorry, that's not even the weekly. Sorry, yeah, there you go. Pretty much opened and closed on the level. So I want to start watching these candles, higher low on the bottom. But until these trends agree with each other, you pretty much don't have a direction for this chart, in my opinion. I don't have to watch this chart all day, every day. I just look at it every now and again and say, oh, yeah. But this reminds me a lot of the Tesla. I'll pull it up real quick for you guys. This reminds me a lot of Tesla at 184 right here. And we'll back out on this so we can see Tesla at 184. Yeah, so you got like 4 candles sideways on it and a drop. Only thing different about Apple is that tight doji. And I know I'm rambling a little bit here, but that's a really tight doji. Lets me know that this level is definitely for real. And the other one, there was one more. Apologize for not knowing it off the top of my head, but we'll just go back to last week's list here. Oh, Apple EDU. Oh, Datadog. So Datadog's a good. This is a good one. This is a good EDU example. So we did the we did the mid candle, or excuse me, the bottom of the 2 candles and then the top of these 2 candles. So if you break this down, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. So opened up, we got one test on it. One test when we opened up failed and never came back. So that's when you're going to get the biggest pullbacks is when you don't hold consistent most recent levels. And you can see this thing literally tested. That might be all-time lows. Playable from a day trade, yes, but definitely playable from the short side. As a SaaS, stocks as a service, software as a service. Sorry, definitely a play on the short side from a more than a day trade, especially after you get confirmation of the level fail. Probably more downside here. I'm going to talk to the professor about that this weekend as well. All right, and let's do 1 or 2 of these for the professor here before I hop off. He does have the weed up there, so I'm not going to do that though. I want to do this LAC just because I like having stuff on record. I ain't gonna lie. I have this chart. I thought about not calling this chart, but mentioning it from the downside perspective of making it all the way down to this 1429. So I'm interested what he sees here because I really see, yeah, let's go 1448. No, I like that. Nah, no, I lied. I'm going to go volume profile. 1429. Yeah, right there works. I just really think this had more downside, but um, he could come in with 15 putters, sold puts at 15. Um, so I'm interested in that. So from a TA's perspective, yeah, I just grabbed the volume profile, the 14. You're kind of in this gap. There's nothing on the 1 year. So there's not, I mean, there's nothing else that's holding it up, I guess, besides psychological levels. Um, I mean, it's kind of thick at 16, but interested in what he has to say on that. And then let's do the DOYU because it's China, and I'm trying to live off this China rally currently. Um, so yeah, I got 127 there. What's this? Ooh, yeah, 127 is like your number. Where are we at? 160. Oof. I don't like the volume profile at all. What's this? This level right here. So we're gonna call it the 217. Man, I don't even like that. How about 208? 210. The two, if he has twos, it's playable. Um, but yeah, this 125 is really the number. Bam. So yeah, simple. So I grab volume profile, and then the next shelf up. I mean, this is just where we are. Look on it on the day. Yeah, I mean, it's just where we are. A little late, but he called this a week and a half ago. So yeah, that's some dirty TA lessons for you guys. I hope that was pretty easy. Then after you do that, just make sure the stocks respect them. That's all you gotta do. A little patience. But yeah, everyone have a good week. Ask questions if you have any, or if you have a play that just didn't go the right way, run it by us. A lot of good traders in here that have probably experienced things. Sometimes it's the littlest things that's keeping you from making it successfully. Um, yeah. So everyone have a good week. As always, read the room, but most importantly, respect the lines.